I like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. It's Netflix time. This series is called All of Us Are Dead. A high school becomes ground zero for a zombie virus outbreak. Trapped students must fight their way out or turn into one of the rabid infected. So if you ever see Train to Busan, the people behind that made this. Episode 1, let's get it. So episode 1 starts off with these bullies picking on this dude named Jin San on the rooftop while it's raining. Now why are they up there? Who the hell knows? Well, anyway, they're beating the shit out this kid. They're just stomping all over him, and it looks like he's going through this metaphorical change or something. And he just keeps getting back up, ready for the fight. And then this motherfucker ends up getting tossed off a building like, holy shit. So in this situation, you're thinking Jun-Soo is done deal dead as shit. And he damn sure looks like it, right? So eventually the paramedics get into a hospital, and here comes Jin-Soo's father, Mr. Lee. He goes to see him, and this motherfucker is still alive somehow. He wanted to kill these bullies, but then he's talking about killing his dad. I'm like, what the heck? The fact he's even able to sit up out of the bed is crazy, but look at his eyes. They're like bloodshot red. Mr. Lee keeps talking about how he's going to fix his son, but I'm like, what do you mean? How are you going to fix him? Then he tried to bite his dad, but his dad moved away from him. Yeah, it's gotten crazy. So while his son is still strapped to the table, he beats the shit out of him with a Bible. Done deals his ass. He ends up going to the basement carrying him out in a duffel bag. But he slips and his son's arm even pokes out of the bag. He feels his pulse and finds out his son is still alive. But he's not very happy about the situation, and why is that? Then he sees this mark on his son's arm. That can't be good. Then Jin-Soo grabs his arm out of nowhere like, oh shit. How is Jin-Soo still alive after all this? He's like squirming around inside of the duffel bag. Then we get to the scene of a high school. You know, kids just enjoying themselves, teachers on their smoke breaks, kids having archery classes in the gymnasium. I've never seen that before. Yeah, that's just wild. I wish we had archery in high school, you know what I'm saying? That shit would have been lit. But this one girl named Ju overslept in class and she's in there by herself. So apparently she was supposed to clean up the science lab or something. And she discovers this cage that's been moving on by herself. Now what the heck is in this cage? She removes the titanium cage and sees it's just a hamster. Now can we all stop and think to ourselves, why the hell is a hamster need a titanium cage around it? You know what I'm saying? That should be a sign right there. Don't fuck with the hamster. So her goofy ass puts her finger in the cage, gets bit by the hamster. The hamster's eyes start getting red, start going crazy inside of the cage. And all of a sudden here comes Mr. Lee, who we find out was actually a science teacher for this school. John tells Mr. Lee she got bit and she's about to dip out. But Mr. Lee's like, fuck that, you ain't going nowhere. So you just go kidnap her? What's the reason? So here in the green vest we have Chia-sun and his best friend. And on the right we have An-jin and her best friend. That's An-jin, my bad. So basically Chia-sun and An-jin have been best friends since they were like little. And they're basically going on a quote-unquote double date to go to Chia-sun's mom's restaurant. And that's what they do at the school. By the way, that's Chia-sun's mom. So those are our 4 main people, I guess. Well, actually 2 out of the 4, but still. So they were talking about Mr. Lee, and they got information from this chick that Mr. Lee smells like a corpse all the time. They're thinking to themselves, how the fuck does a corpse smell? So apparently the situation with Mr. Lee's son happened a little while ago. Well, anyway, afterwards, they're about to go to another spot. Chainsaw has a music test he has to go to. An-jin wants to ask him a question. She asks him how does she like her hair. So you're thinking to yourself, does she like him for real or they just on some best friend shit? But he gives her some nonchalant answer like he doesn't care. She ends up kicking him in the back of his leg. Meanwhile, you see you got security at the school, surveying their territory. And we find out that Jun is still locked up in the science room like, oh shit. But of course security didn't see nothing, he goes on about his business. I'm not even sure if he's security, he looks more like a janitor. So we get this scene with An-ji's dad. We find out his occupation is a paramedic. So he tells An-ji he was on the scene with the whole situation with Jin-Soo. He was the one that took him to the hospital. He just wants her to be healthy and safe. He doesn't even care about good grades. He's like, the fuck. Well, anyway, Chen-sung comes by to pick up An-ji to get ready for school. And all these kids are coming out at the same time. Are they all late to school or something? Then we see this guy, Jimmy, walking up. And he notices the delinquent crew from the beginning of the episode. What are they doing? They go to this back alleyway, and I don't know what they're going to do with this girl. Turns out they wanted her to strip down so they can make a video of her. It's like, really? And then here comes Jimmy to save the day. Apparently at one point in time, he used to be a part of this delinquent crew. But now he's just had enough of this shit. But the thing is, she actually decides to stay. See, these delinquents got a video of her stripped down naked. And she's thinking to herself, if she leaves now, they're going to post a video to her mom or something like that. So she ends up going back in there with him. Yeah, it's a pretty messed up situation. Well, back in the hallway, An-ji runs into Jimmy and wants to ask him something, but she wants him to go up to the rooftop so she can explain it. She says she wants to meet up with him after lunch, but doesn't give the reason just yet. So everybody gets ready for class. Everybody hands in their phones and they get ready for class. But Jun is the only one missing from class and everybody knows where she's at. All they know is that she was the last one to clean up the science room. So basically she goes to Mr. Lee to try to figure out where Jun is. But Mr. Lee acts like he don't know nothing. He ain't seen nothing. You liar, you. But after she leaves, he goes into a supply room. We find out she's still there by the radiator. Now apparently he was doing blogs about some type of disease. Apparently about the same disease his son Jin-Soo had it. What the fuck? So she's got the same disease? He tries to administer a shot to her, but he said it's only slowing down the process. He says eventually she's going to turn into something else. But turn into what? He says he's trying to save her life, but you thinking to yourself, what is he saving her from? Later on we get back to class, this delinquent still looking at the video he posted. Well, not really posted yet, it's still on his phone. And he keeps fucking with this chick. It's like, god damn, dude. By the way, Mr. Lee's back in class teaching. This dude's just writing stuff on her back, just basically ridiculing her in front of the whole school. It's like, man, that's messed up. You can tell this girl's just psychologically damaged at this point. Meanwhile, as he's teaching, holy shit, she's breaking out of her restraints. Oh shit. Back in the other class, Jimmy gets picked on for not paying attention. Then all of a sudden, Jun wanders into the class. Oh no. And then she just straight collapses. Now, she's still conscious enough to tell the people that Mr. Lee kidnapped her and held her in the supply room. As you can see, clearly, she's all fucked up. Then we go to the infirmary about this girl feeling sick, but you think to yourself, what did she take? What did she eat? What's going on with her? I don't know. They didn't show us anything throughout the show or the episode to figure out that. And while that's going on, Jun is rushed to the infirmary. The doctor checks her temperature, but it's low as shit. It's like 29.1 degrees. Like, the fuck? Yeah, she's going through some shit. While they doing that, this shorty just leaves the infirmary. And you think to yourself, what's going on with her? Because we didn't see anything leading up to her being sick or anything. I'm serious, I watched the first episode like 3 times and I didn't see anything to indicate what would be going on with this chick. Then all of a sudden, Jun snaps up, we're like, oh no, did Aunt G just get bit? But no, she just got scratched. Now we get the kids in other classes spreading around the rumors. The chick we talked about earlier that had quote-unquote all the information was talking about the situation with Mr. Lee and his son. And they try to put the pieces of the puzzle together, but the class president don't give a fuck about none of this shit. Well, after a while, the ambulance comes and they take Jun to the infirmary. Or to the hospital or whatever. And we really found out that Aunt G really did just have a scratch on her arm. It's nothing serious. Later on, she talks to Jimmy, and she basically just wanted to ask him out. And he's like, wait a minute, aren't you going with Chio-san? She's like, nah, we just friends. Out of the blue, Chio-san comes down to check on her, make sure she's alright. Jun's being taken to the hospital, but is she gonna snap before getting there? We don't know. Then Mr. Lee gets an ear lashing from the principal with the stuff that happened with his son and now Jun. And then come the police, the boys are here. And he's looking at Mr. Lee like, no time, no see. What's the relationship here? I guess that's questions for episode 2. Then we found out the doctor said the school's hurting. What's going on with her? Well, it turns out she actually did get bit by Jun. What the fuck? So apparently she got bit when she was trying to administer anesthesia. Aw, damn it. That's not a normal bite, as we all know. So then in the lunchroom, we got the friends talking, and she wants to get at Jimmy, but everybody in the school thinks she's already fucking with Chie-san. You know, some high school teen romance shit. But it seems like he kind of has eyes for the class president. Well, anyway, you got these delinquents end up looking in the nurse's office. They start filming her just standing there. I feel like they're gonna get their just desserts. She turns around, starts chasing these niggas. And he turns around and gets the biting. She's biting them niggas. Oh, I already know it's done. They're really ripping out the face. And before you know it, the disease starts spraying. Now he got it. Everybody get bit. Then we go to the rooftop with Shorty. It's like, damn, she's about to commit suicide. Dude tries to stop her, but more so because he really likes her. But she don't even give a fuck. She's ready to just jump. Right before she does it, she sees a bunch of dudes just flying out of windows. Alright, we just go call it what it is. The quote-unquote zombies attacking niggas. But they jumping and running at the people. These ain't no walking dead zombies. Now this chick is leaving school while all this is going on. Now seriously, I really want to know what is going on with her. There's got to be some type of plot twist somewhere with this chick. So she confesses to Shin-san that she asked out Jimmy. And while all that's going on, people in the lower level try to break through the glass. The zombies are coming, run for your lives. Damn, this one looks crazy as hell. RG, get your ass up off the ground, start running. Oh damn, the zombies right in her face. What the fuck she gonna do? What's gonna happen to RG? That's the end of the first episode. It's about 12 episodes that are hour apiece, season 1. So there you go, a real live adaptation of High School of the Dead type shit. All of Us Are Dead on Netflix. Check it out. Like, click, subscribe, do all that. You already know what time it is. Look easy out there. Easy, Mr. Big. Can you got this slogan?